Hey everyone, welcome back to USS Payette. We're playing Star Trek Adventures by Modiphius. And we were just talking about our Star Trek Online game that we're all playing. You can join us on the Cups fleet if you want. You can actually play on Discord. You can chat with all of us on the GM Tim. So come and join us and join our fleet. We have so much fun playing Star Trek Online. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, they did a really good job, and it's just been getting better as this. It's season 9. It's already been 9 years since that game.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yay for lifetime membership.
Yeah. Exactly. It's free to play, and it's not one of those ones where you have to pay to win or to be awesome. You can actually have a lot of fun and play the free game through without ever paying if you want to. But it's definitely worth the money. Anyways, so.
Plug.
Yeah, if you guys want to pay us Star Trek Online, we're here for you.
I mean, we're basically playing our characters as our Star Trek Online.
Not so much me.
As our fleet logo, as our fleet motto.
Exactly.
You're safe in our hands. So
yeah.
Yep. Cupper's Universal Private Security.
That's right.
You'll be safe in our hands.
Admiral.
Captain.
Admiral. Oh, Captain.
Only a captain.
All right, so let's get to the USS Payette, shall we? So
He's broken.
He's broken. Yeah, let's do a bit of a recap.
I think the
there was an attempt to stop the Borg.
There was.
They had us in a tractor beam. We decided to use our shields to drain their tractor beam, drain their energy through their tractor beam. Then use a deflector dish to fire that energy randomly into space away from the ship. At which point we lost both our shields and our deflector dish. We did get away from the tractor beam. Had the Borg chase us into a sector of space which Yasikov had identified as potentially being explosive if activated with our phaser beams. We then fired and there was an explosion.
A very large one.
Very, very large.
And then that typical Star Trek to be continued music played.
It really was, too. And you guys were drifting aimlessly, kind of like in space. It had that cool electrical sort of like flashing across the hull.
And a console exploded.
A console exploded. Yeah,
Somebody
there was
on the
lots of
bridge
explosions. Yeah, so what else do we remember about the game before we dive in?
Well, the Borg cube that we found wasn't working properly. There was something that it had interacted or assimilated with that had basically broken it. And Sofek's character, who had been unconscious the entire last episode because he had been stuck with nanites. The nanites weren't working correctly, which gave us another idea that like some sort of computer virus or some other thing had made this Borg cube not act normally.
Yeah, but you didn't want to go back to check.
We already almost lost a guy. We were good.
We also knew that it came from Romulan space.
That is also correct, yeah.
And has a Romulan singularity power core inside it somewhere.
Yeah.
Had.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, the scene opens up before the credits, as they do. The ship is kind of like last time on Star Trek, USS Payette. And then it has the flashbacks of the show, and then it has, and then it comes in on scene. It ends as you guys are drifting, and then it comes back in, and as it and now the continuation. And the bridge is flashing with lights and sparks. There's a couple beams down. There's gases everywhere.
I always love... Sorry, this is outside. I love how there's some form of girder that always seems to fall from the roof.
Yeah.
Why do they keep putting it there?
Structural integrity, Captain.
Yeah.
It's holding us in.
All right, so...
I picked myself up off the floor, and that... You know that sort of like...
oh, yeah.
So I'm pushing myself up, and I just go, "Come on, we need seatbelts."
Can I have everyone take 4 stress, please?
Ooh.
Which character?
All
Everyone.
of them.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. So, Sofek.
Unconscious.
No, Sofek, we're going to bring you down about half. your stress. I don't remember how unconscious works. We didn't check healing on that, so.
Can I borrow a pencil?
Oh, yeah. I got...
Half round up or half round down?
Whichever one benefits you more, so probably round up, I guess.
You don't need it.
Okay. All right.
Well, hey, roll call.
I get up and immediately look around for casualties.
You don't answer him though.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
Well, yeah, the cap. Who's not dead? Well, I don't hear anybody, so I'm gonna assume everyone.
Yeah.
Who's not? Answer if you're dead.
Years ago, I'm okay, sir, but there's too much smoke. I can't see. I'll start like moving around to check on people.
Okay.
Walsh. Hey, Captain.
Nope. You don't hear a response.
See, that's what I was waiting for you to say. Walsh. I'm gonna make my way towards the con where he would have been sitting.
Walsh is lying kind of like this, and his eyes are open, and he's got blood coming out of his mouth.
I'm gonna check his vitals. I don't think I have a tricorder on me, so I'll just.
All right, so let's do a reason and medicine.
Not the best, but I'll go for it. 2 successes.
Oh, sorry, everyone. Just so you know, our dice cam isn't working tonight. Yeah, we had a bit of a mix-up with some of the camera stuff, so I haven't been able to get it fixed yet. We'll have it for next game. Sorry. So you'll just have to pay attention to listen to what we have instead of looking at it. Anyways.
8 and a 9 means 2 successes.
All right, 2 successes it is. Enough to not notice anything. You don't feel a pulse.
Oh no.
Beagle.
No response from Beagle.
Oh, I like rush over to the science. I had assigned him to the science area because Sofek was unconscious. I rush over there.
Okay.
Is he there?
He's lying slumped against the back wall,
Yeah, my.
and his face is charred.
I'll like rush over to him and feel for a pulse. I have my tricorder on me. I'll use that.
I'll give you an extra dice.
Come on, Leah. Reason and medicine? Is that
Yeah.
what you're asking for?
Yeah.
Okay. 0.
you okay?
0 successes.
0 successes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not sure. Like you're stressed. You're
Yeah.
kind of not panicky, but you're like
Yeah.
like it's Beagle, right?
Yeah.
Like, and the tricorder is just there's too much interference from everything happening around you.
Captain Beagle is down. Is there anyone else?
Walsh isn't responding.
Oh,
I need medical personnel to the bridge.
Your medical officer responds, Captain, there's a lot of issues all over the ship. I'll send someone right away. I recommend if anyone can be moved, bring them down to sickbay.
I'm gonna fireman carry Beagle.
Okay, as you flip him, feels really light, like just kind of like loose.
Yeah.
But you do hear a, oh.
Hi, Beagle, you motherfucker.
I'm trying to maintain a PG
As the
rating.
turbo lift door closes,
Yeah.
you hear, I didn't push the red button.
You should have.
So I'm on my way down to medical
Yeah.
with them.
We had more personnel on the bridge than those, just us 4.
Yeah. Everyone else sounds off. The only one, and most of your juniors and your ensigns take their stations.
Yeah.
Someone sits into Walsh's seats.
I'm gonna.
We're gonna call him Ensign Higgins.
Sure, I'll get one of the other junior officers. I'm gonna order them to take Walsh. Like, Lieutenant Shar, I'm gonna need you to.
Dorian walks up. Yes, sir.
Can you remove Lieutenant Walsh? Take him to sick bay.
Should I take him to the morgue, sir?
Just let the doctor deal with him.
Okay.
I don't know if transport's online. I'm gonna leave it to the lieutenant.
Okay. Shar
deal with
takes
it.
him, lifts him.
Yeah.
And it just like sack of potatoes.
Poor Walsh.
Okay.
Zanny to Gurkhan.
Your con
There?
reporting.
Khan, give me a engineering roll, please, for the ship.
Okay. So, reason engineering, daring
no, it'd
engineering,
be like something physical.
fitness engineering.
Yeah, but like have the ship roll.
Oh, the ship.
Yeah.
So that would probably be structure engineering.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That is a 10 and a 15, which gives us 1 success.
Okay, so you lost 5 crewmen.
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah, for
your
sure.
your team.
But the only member on the team is me. Okay. That makes sense, because all of this energy, while it did go through the bridge, it really went through the warp core.
Mm-hmm.
Gurkhan, I need a full situational report in 10 minutes.
I'll give you a situational report right now, sir. We have a...
I'm like sitting in my chair, just like, I don't know if I can handle that right now.
Shields are down. Impulse engines are down. Deflector dish, down. Potential warp core breach.
Gurkhan, tell me what's working and what might kill us.
Life support is functioning.
So we're not gonna die immediately.
No.
Just slowly. Great.
I have engineering teams attempting to repair the shields first, then the deflector dish. The primary concern is not letting the warp core breach.
Sofek walks under the bridge.
Reporting for duty, Captain.
You're
That's
not
the-
dead.
Sofek looks more pasty than even for normal for Sofek, and kind of like holding himself up in the door frame. Sofek, you were basically like, you're now awake. It's not ideal, but you probably are better off on the bridge now supporting rather than taking up space for somebody who's probably more critically injured. Because your guys' med bay is like, you've only got a ship of about 130, right? Is it 100?
Yeah.
I probably just walked out. I probably didn't even
Yeah.
know that it is illogical for me to take up beds.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine standing up.
And the Bajoran medical she just looks at you and she's like, yeah, just go.
He grabs the hypo spray.
Yeah.
Keeps going up every few steps. Alright, let's do this. You have a mean
Yeah.
concussion because you got batted by a Borg forearm thing.
Yeah.
You got baseball batted, literally.
I'll look at Sophie and say, take your station, Lieutenant, and coordinate with Gurkhan on what systems are critical and need to be repaired. Don't overdo it.
Overdo it, Captain.
You know, metaphors. Just go. Just go.
Walk over to my station.
Okay.
Then I'll communicate with.
Can you witness those, please?
Moaned.
Since Yesikov is on her way to the medical bay, I'll just open up private communication with her and be like, Yesikov, when you reach Dr. Valek, please coordinate a ship registry so that we understand who's been missing in action. On a side note, it doesn't look like Walsh made it. We'll deal with that later.
I'm sorry,
But,
sir.
well, there's a lieutenant coming to the Lieutenant Shar is bringing them to the medical bay. They can deal with it there. Zanny out. I don't wait for a response. Then what I'm gonna try to do while Sofek is looking. Do we have sensors? I'm gonna look at like my chair pad. Like, do you have sensors? Any sort of outside?
I'm going to say that, well, point out that the 3 things that we don't have breaches on are our main computers,
That's good.
our weapons,
Nice.
and sensors. We have a breach in our engines, a breach in our communications, so that's going to be harsh, and 3 breaches in structure, which means 1 more breach, we're dead.
Awesome. I'm gonna do because you're busy and you're wounded. I'm just myself gonna do a short range scan to see what's around us.
Okay.
Ship supports.
Sure. And that would be, what was that again? Control science? Is that what you always did?
Reasons.
Yes.
Reason science or control
Control
science?
science.
That's actually the same for me anyway.
The ship.
I got a critical, so that's 3.
Plus mine?
Nice.
Yeah, plus yours is 3.
Okay. And
And the difficulty dropped by 1 because we have advanced sensors.
Nice.
okay, then you're gonna get a momentum,
Into the poo.
and so we were just checking the sensors to see what was out there. Or?
Yeah, well, let's see. See where just a quick check of like Borg cube, not there anymore. Cool. And just a short range scan around us. Like, is there anything near us?
So the nebula is still ignited, and if the view screen were working properly, it would look pretty spectacular.
That was my next question.
You find that with your sensors.
$5 bill.
Ooh. Oh yeah, happy Lunar New Year.
Huh. Okay.
And happy Hobie to anyone who's First Nations. Sorry.
Shout out. Cool. Sofek,
Yes, Captain.
you awake?
That was good. I know that was unintentional, but it was kind of like,
It occurred to me like halfway through.
yeah.
Do you need a coffee or something? Some ibuprofen? You alright?
Would be helpful if the alarms would stop ringing.
There's no alarms, but that's okay.
I'm gonna ignore that. And I walk over to a station. I go and I bring up the sensor data that I just pulled up and said, and I show them that the debris, there's a large debris from the Borg cube, but there's still a large chunk of it intact. You okay?
Yes,
I
Captain.
kind of steady him a little bit. Like, yeah, all right. Put a little drop of blood from where I got hit with something. Like, can you?
Yeah, that'd be right.
Can you do a deep scan on that and make sure it's inactive?
It does appear that the nebula is very active, Captain. It's on fire.
The chunk of the Borg.
Ah, of course,
Dude.
Captain. That is a more logical solution, yes.
Keep that concussion under wraps. If bright lights hurt too much, turn down the monitor.
It is
Yeah.
lucky the view screen is not active then, Captain.
Or the overhead lighting, or the like.
I look over like at an ensign. The ensign. I just
The ensign Higgins kind of looks
Higgins.
back from Walsh's station, and she's like,
kind of connect eyes with him, just be like, it'll be okay.
okay,
So you do you, and yeah.
you burst into the sick bay. There are heavily wounded everywhere. You haven't seen this since. Did you fight in the Cardassian War?
Yes.
You haven't seen this since the Cardassian War.
You haven't seen this since your last ship.
I was stationed
No, 'cause you
briefly
guys-
on the death ship.
Were
Or
you-
like I
were
was,
you on the
I
death
was-
ship?
I was with, or I had worked with Admiral
Shrev?
Shrev before.
On the ship? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you've seen this on the Vanguard.
Well,
yeah.
I was on the
Yeah,
death
yeah.
ship
This
too.
looks like the
Not
Vanguard.
again.
Only person.
Bed, cot. There must be cot anywhere. A doctor.
Just over there in the corner.
He's severely
Just
burned.
over there in the corner. And as you kind of like walk over, like the doctor doesn't even make eye contact with you. She's
Yeah.
busy and she yells out some, like she's at the operating table. And
Yeah.
the table, you know, the closing beds.
Yeah.
They're not working, so it's open, and she's doing like surgery right now, like full triage. And as you kind of like place Beagle down, he kind of slumps again, and a medic just kind of comes over, and this guy's wearing an orange shirt. It's engineering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or like the yellow shirt.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
I
was
was
like,
like, what's an orange?
Gold.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
My bad.
I
I always saw like there was always a different shade with each of the uniforms. Like there was, anyways.
Yeah.
So
You're-
Because they're made from like velvet. Or,
doctor? Are you helping?
I'm a
Medical?
medic. It's like we're told to report here.
He's severely burned. He took a brunt from.
He just kind of looks on you, and you like feel like just and then he kind of on Beagle and does a quick scan of you and says, "I just gave you something to calm you down a little bit. It won't affect your duties. You're fine. Leave him here. We'll take care of him."
Very good. I'm fine. I don't need drugs.
You're totally fine.
Ah.
And he just kind of says, "Oh wait, 1 second." He kind of right on like a little cut right here. Goes go.
The like cosmetic cut that
yeah.
they get. It's my job to be worried about the crew.
I understand.
And I'll boop. Security team Yesikov reporting. Give me reports on any wounded on all decks.
Okay. So reports start coming in, and as you get to your station, there's a list starting to populate.
Yeah, Mile. How much?
25 dead altogether.
Captain, we have 25 down. The medical bay is overrun, and operations doesn't seem to be working. They have machinery unoperative.
Thanks, Jessica. Send the list to my my station. I'll
Commander
look into that
Valek
later.
to the bridge. Commander Valek to the bridge.
Yes, Commander.
Sir, we're overrun down here. I'm converting cargo bay 2 into triage center.
As you see fit, Commander.
I do. Commander out.
Isn't that where your car is?
No.
Okay.
I know where it is.
Okay.
I know where it is. I just don't know where your car is. It doesn't matter at this point. It's stored up in a corner anyways of it.
Yeah.
The rhino's gonna be upset.
I'm not. The rhino's not. It's our transporter operator is Zenkethy, which is a large rhino, and he lives in the cargo bay.
We should talk about him one day. But anyways, yeah.
Anyways, okay. Send the casualty report to my station, Yezikov. See if you can have your teams assist Gurkhan's teams in any way possible, because he's down a few crew member.
Yezikov to security team. Any personnel not helping wounded to medical bay report to engineering and Commander Gurkhan.
Hi, Commander. Sorry.
Zaku!
Concussions all aboard the ship.
Apparently, Zanny Gurkhan.
Gurkhan reporting.
We're gonna reassign some security personnel to you to help with repairs on the ship for you to coordinate. I think our primary efforts should be around stabilizing the warp core and engines. Thoughts?
Yes, the things that will kill us the quickest I will fix first.
So you get an extra 5 from security, and you get an extra 5 coming from the science departments.
Okay.
The ones who now all of these are minions. So do you remember in the book there's the
Yeah, you can get the help from them with support dice.
yeah.
But I don't know how many extra hands can make help with the warp core. It's going to be me and the trained team. I'm going to take those
Right,
guys.
but the other ones can go into the other.
I'm going to take the security guys. I'm going to tell them immediately, I need you to go to the medical bay and see if you can get me a scan on the damaged medical equipment, and I can send a team out there to repair it. And the security teams, whoever's playing the security teams, I guess you are. You're playing the extra guys. I'm also going to request that they start attempting to move certain amounts of equipment away from the walls in case there's fires, and start scanning the EPS conduits and see which ones are burnt out and which ones we can get going again. Redundancies. Our weapons are still available, our computers are still available, and our sensors are still available. My goal is primary to get our warp core online, to get our deflector online so we can get out of here. Shields are not a priority because we don't need shields at warp.
Do need a deflector.
We need a deflector at warp, but you don't need shields at warp.
I go. Great. Zanny out.
Okay.
Sir, I've been scanning through the list of names for MIA, and Chief Security Officer is missing. Science Officer. I am Chief Security Officer.
That
my
concussion,
head.
huh?
My head. Chief Science Officer is missing.
That's Arjun Ral.
Not reported in medical bay or in any of the casualties.
go on the computer, find his last known location, then send the security personnel to go find him.
Yes, Captain.
Or at least what might be left of him.
Morbid.
You should also be looking at closing up breaches in the hull.
So that's what your other teams can be doing.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to make you roll for them at this point.
Mm-hmm.
They're just working on it.
Most important thing is me and the core team, which means basically me and Genrak
So let's do
working
it.
on the warp core.
Would you like to be Genrak again for a moment?
Oh, great, my voice.
Genrak can be like
You can
having
mix a
to
cup
just
of tea if you
focus. So you don't have to. I was just offering.
No, this voice is great.
Okay. So tell me what you guys are doing.
Well, my first thing is I'm going to stabilize the power conduits around the warp core that might have blown out from the power transfer.
Okay.
So
Looks
replace
like most of them.
Yes. Yes, Genrak. Yes. One warp core with the power of 2 warp cores tends to do that.
So just so everyone has an awareness of what's going on, this is a Klingon on an exchange program with a Tellarite in engineering. Carry on.
They work very well
They do
together.
work very
it was
well
part of
together.
the roster. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
to see.
it was a fluke and it worked.
How are you with heights, Genrak?
I used to climb stuff at home.
Excellent. You got to get 8 stories up to the top of the warp core, and we're going to work on this from the bottom and top simultaneously.
Wasn't that high?
There's a ladder right there.
Yeah.
That's
There's
handy.
also an elevator.
Yeah.
I installed an elevator because I'm an old Klingon.
Yeah, there's an elevator too, just like in Next Gen. Yeah.
But it's
I don't
slow.
trust.
No
I don't
railings.
trust those
No
death
railings.
traps.
But it's
of
Deep
course.
Space Nine slow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get on it, get about 6 inches, it stops. Alright, ladder it is.
Yeah. Okay. So, how are we going to do this properly?
Well, I'm going to have to make some engineering rolls.
Yeah. So tell me what's the state of the affair? What the state of the warp core?
The warp core is, I'm going to say that it's not breached,
No.
but the containment fields are wavering.
Okay.
And we're trying to get the containment fields back together. You know how the warp core has that whoom,
Yeah.
whoom, whoom. It's sporadic. It's whoom, 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 whoom. It's not in all. Probably the dilithium crystals are out of alignment. It's a bunch of stuff.
That's
we
the
gotta do.
injectors. So definitely.
Yeah, so he's going up top to work on those while I'm working on the containment field. And then I'm basically shoving everybody out of that one ring that's around the warp core.
Okay.
Because worst comes to worst, we're going to dump it. But I don't want anybody near it other than us two. Because there might be radiation leaking out of it, and we can handle it due to our alien toughness. Because Tellarites and Klingons actually have better radiation resistance.
All right.
Dumping the warp core into space?
No, not
If,
yet.
if we can't contain it, we have to dump
That
it.
was his whole prep.
Okay.
So okay. So
If he does without telling me, I'm gonna be pissed.
yeah.
Transport it back into the ship if you want.
You can tractor it too, yeah.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
long as it doesn't blow up.
Well,
in which
yeah.
case, it's good that he dumped it. Yeah.
Where's all our power? Where's the? I see.
And then at that point, I would be Captain. Recommend stealing the Borg warp core.
We haven't actually scanned the chunk
No, you haven't.
fully yet, so you
I'm gonna say
enact your
this.
plan.
As a Klingon, having fought Romulans before, knowing that it's a 0-point energy system, aka the black hole system, we know if it detonated.
Yes, you would.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. So because we're streaming this, I want to do kind of like I've been thinking about how to make the task system a little bit more streamlined. So what I want to do is I want you to roll each of you right now to see how your task begins. So
Okay.
how effectively it is at the start.
So we're working
Okay.
together on the same task that we're supporting.
You're working. No, you're not. Injectors and
Containment field.
containment field.
Okay, we
right?
didn't have a stat for a character sheet for him.
Oh yeah.
I made him up last time.
May I?
Yeah.
Ah.
Find an NPC. Find an
Oh,
NPC.
actually, see if you can find it there. Maybe I can find it.
Arjun's not bad at all science though.
No, he's good at all science, although he might be dead,
Fair.
or missing,
Fair.
or in space,
Leah.
or vaporized.
In that bookshelf right there, can you see the engineering division or the?
That being
There
said,
is a Star Trek book.
I'm gonna start by rolling my stuff to keep it going while something's happening.
That's
I'm gonna,
it.
I'm gonna spend a momentum to get a third dice.
Thanks. Okay. You're doing.
I'm doing the containment to make sure that the warp core doesn't breach.
Okay,
And then we can work on it.
So this is difficulty 4.
Okay. Determination.
There you go.
A crazy plan is. Think, act, talk.
We're gonna make
Survive.
an engineering specialist. So
Yeah.
take this one.
See if I actually spend my. I do spend my determination.
Okay.
I've still got 2 successes and I've already burnt a momentum.
Okay.
So that's a failure. That's a failure.
You rolled 2 20s.
I rolled a 20, a 19, and a 17.
Ooh.
3 failures.
Yahtzee.
Boy.
And 2
So-
successes.
For the crit, right?
I burned a determination.
Yeah. Oh, right. Did you guys get your determinations?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
Right. I'm sorry. Okay. So determination is in this case.
I
The
do burn it.
determination is prime directive always.
Yeah.
You're gonna get your second one for was it this? What did I give you the last time? Oh my God, it's the board.
Oh
right?
my god,
Yeah.
the board, yeah.
And tonight, I'm giving you all a third one. Okay.
Oh,
This one is called
boy.
Starship Down.
Shoot.
Alright,
Okay.
let's reroll those 3 dice.
For the record, I still only get 2 per.
Okay, so there's still 2 failures, but that's a success. So I get my 3 successes.
You still have 2 failures.
Well, no criticals.
You got rid of the 20.
Got rid of the 20.
Okay.
No criticals, though. No critical successes either.
Okay, so you're off to a decent start after like a rocky you're kind of like focused in on it, and you do like what you normally would do, and you kind of like you try and remodulate the injector frequency of the remodulate the shield frequency of the and like alarms start blaring even from up top. You're like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, and you're like instantly kind of like flick a switch and turn a dial, and things start to calm down a bit. And you're off to now an okay start.
Okay.
What was my guy attempting?
You're trying to go the injectors for the warp core on top. What's your engineering?
Engineering 2.
It's 5 now. Collaboration engineering, we're both working on the warp core.
Okay, so you're doing
Reason engineering.
no, this would be control engineering because you're working on the injector. You're injecting the injector
Controls.
controls for the antimatter.
To affect the warp fields, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, alright.
That should work. Yeah.
My specialization for this guy is going to be warp fields. Extra
Gotcha.
D20. That's a no. 2 successes.
Okay, so you're having a harder time than Gurkhan is. You're like struggling. So it looks like the injector is fused. You're probably gonna need a new one.
Alright. Injector's fried.
I love that voice. We have to keep him an NPC so I don't kill your voice, but it's awesome.
I get used to it.
Okay, Genrac, just get a new one. Or build one. Get it working, I don't care how.
I should have brought a new one up here. Back down the ladder.
I yell at you when I see you coming down. Use the security officers.
I'm not passing off on a ladder. You're insane.
So
Fair enough.
you're not gonna be able to just make. You can't jerry rig a new one.
No, you're gonna have to figure out. I wouldn't say you can't jury rig a new one because I can.
You might be able to, but even this
No,
case,
he can.
yeah.
No, but we could potentially, on a starship, you would have
There's
at
probably
least the
spare-
tools or
yeah,
spares,
There's the spare injectors.
or even possibility a replicator.
Yeah.
You should go to Cargo Bay too to see if you can find one.
Well, I would
It's
imagine
in the
because I would
hood.
imagine there'd be a spare injector somewhere in engineering.
Yeah.
Because obviously, warp core's screwed. All right, I gotta go to cargo bay.
Yeah, so you go over to the stores. They're in the engineering deck. They're kind of like a little bit aft, right near where the deflector dish is.
Was.
Technically, it's still there.
No,
All
but I
right.
was about to say was.
What am I looking at?
So there's a force field up where the stores used to be.
Yep.
And you're looking out into open space.
Huh.
Just to give everyone a visual, in Generations, when they had that really kind of cool shot of the Enterprise B, and it was that big, like, open wound on the ship where the deflector dish used to be, that's kind of what the deflector dish on their ship looks like at the moment.
Commander?
I wouldn't be hearing you. You're in the back. You're in the big
No,
back of the.
he's
Oh, okay, fair enough. Go ahead, the Jinrak.
Stores are more of an open air concept now. I think I see a locker.
And as he says that, a locker kind of spins.
Crap, I think that's what I needed.
Yeah.
Well, if you can find the item in space, we do have EVA suits. I don't recommend it. Get back here.
You do notice the Borg cube, kind of like, and it looks more like a.
A Borg sphere. Now?
At this point, it looks kind of more like a D12 than it does anything else. Kind of listing.
Also, I think the Borg are expanding their geometric shapes.
What do you see? A Borg dodecahedron?
That's what it was
Get
called.
back
I can't
here.
remember what it's called.
Borg pyramidal prism?
No, this is the dodecahedron, right?
The
Yeah.
20-sided.
Yeah.
I'm saying, Jenrak, get back here. We can worry about the Borg later. We have our own issues. We need to get the ship running. And by running, I mean running away from the Borg. ASAP.
I mean, maybe limping.
I said running! Get back here now!
God damn it! Okay.
At this point, we're just going to do what we can on the warp core. If those are all fused, we might be locked at full throttle.
I mean,
Hey, do you want to go anything less than full throttle away from the Borg?
No.
Exactly. We might not be able to stop at the nearest.
Structural integrity
Station.
might be able to take that.
We might go past Narendra Station at warp 9.5. Being help us!
Speaking of help us help.
Circles. Circles.
circles.
We're going until we run out of dilithium.
Doing a donut.
Speaking of calling for help, Yashikov, can you try and establish communications with Starfleet, Romulans, Klingons? You know what? I really don't care who. Anybody who can help us?
Aye, sir. Shall I continue looking for medical officer? Science officer. My head. The chief science officer.
I thought my brain was weird. I don't want you to look for him. Send somebody else to look for him.
Aye, sir.
There's still 100 people left on this ship as far as I know. Make sure it's not 99.
My security team is taking wounded to medical bay and helping in engineering.
Good. They're doing a good job. I'll get them all something later.
I don't have any more men left, sir.
Fine. Reassign one.
Yeah, aye, sir. Aye, sir. Hey,
I push the girder off to the side.
At this point, Higgins comes up to you, sir. Are you okay? And she pulls out her tricorder and starts scanning you.
Well, you tell me. I'm a little stressed here.
Yeah, I can tell, sir. It looks like you suffered a minor concussion.
Cool.
Do you want me to get one of the medics to take another look at you?
Fine, send somebody. I'm busy. I just walk away. I don't got time for this. I ain't got time for a concussion.
I'm gonna call a medic, Commander.
yes, I think that is a good idea.
Okay.
Just for everybody on the bridge.
No, that's as you walk into your public reading room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll walk into my reading room. All my model cars are on the floor.
Yeah, but the ready room is intact.
Yeah. For once. It's been blown
might
up.
be a
That's the
little bit
important thing.
askew when you see a
25
couple
people
of
dead. Your
backlash
cars are on the floor.
behind the wall.
No, I'm trying to describe the scene.
No, hidden
I've
behind
got-
one of his walls is a Parisi Squares outfit.
Yeah, it's just a
armor.
random thing.
Just the armor for Parisi squares and the shock batons.
Oh, I just can't, right?
So
And I'm gonna,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna, like, once the door closes, do that thing where, you know when Picard sits in his chair, and then it kind of turns to the side, and it's just like,
Yeah.
that's me right now.
So the ship is super, super stressed. Like, super stressed.
I'm probably feeling I'm a Betazoid, by the way.
Yeah. So I'm gonna need you to make one of those saves.
Yeah.
But you're the one that was looking at that, so I need you to tell me what it is.
What it is? Well, I'm not trying to actually communicate with anybody, so everybody knows. I'm actually trying to block people out.
Yeah.
So it's my reason and my command. I roll 2 dice. I forget how it works if I fail. Basically, if I pass, I manage to block everybody out.
I got some ideas
and
for
I can
fail.
zoom. But if I fail, my brain, like, I get overloaded with sensations. It's
Okay,
kinda how
so
it goes,
not trying to be a jerk, but
4.
it needs a 4. It's a difficulty 4 for this one. It's potent and pretty brutal.
What was the one you called for today? Broken ship?
Starship Down.
Starship Down. I'm going to use a determination for a crit on that one.
Okay.
Right? And then, we've got no momentum, so here we
Give me
go.
a threat.
Not yet. Let's see what we do. Oh, so I got another... My command is 4, so that'll be a crit. But I do have a failure, but it's not a critical failure. So I did get 4 with the use of determination. But there's still so much emotion. It's taking me a lot of effort to push all this side. I can hear Yesikov going, "Oh my God, Beagle's wounded and someone's dead," and
Yeah.
and then
She's doing a very good job
she's
of keeping
doing
it all inside, but you're hearing everyone's internal modes.
monologue. And then, even Ensign Higgins, who's like, "I wonder if the captain's all right. Like, that didn't look
You
good."
even hear Sofek.
So I'll
Pain is a major deterrent to my effectiveness.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, even
You're on
even
bridge,
with
right?
even with
Yeah.
the ability to sort of push it out, I'm probably going to be offline for a few minutes, just refocusing, and then I'm going to make some tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the failure, I'm adding a complication to you.
Oh no.
So I think that gives you 3 now or 4.
I think it'd be 3. So
3,
it'd be
right?
18
Because
to
you guys
20.
all have like 2 at this point, don't you?
I had 1.
You have 1. You have 2.
All right.
I'm just
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably sounds right.
I haven't been given anything.
Even in previous games, since
We
we
had one
started the
last
board
game, but
stuff,
that's my
Yeah.
one
I
is
haven't-
only for the ship.
I've used my determination each time to reroll all my.
you
20s.
have, haven't you? Okay, yeah. All right.
But since we're on the bridge, I'll ask Sofik.
I'm gonna give you 1 because of the damage to the ship. Not
Yeah, for
give you
sure.
1, but kind of the situation
Situation.
right now
Yeah.
should have a
Yeah.
complication of
Yeah.
at least 1, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
at least.
We have 3 structural breaches.
Yeah.
We take a 4th, we're dead.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
take an additional breach anywhere on the ship.
And
we're
for
dead.
that just kind of like effect, you guys hear that like the creepy metal.
Oh yeah, we hear we hear
Yeah.
the metal fatigue and
Yeah.
creaking.
Sofik, can you please scan ship to see if the science officer is still alive? Less known location.
The moment I finish the scan on the board vessel,
You're
Ah.
able to do both, or are you being like trying to compartmentalize because you're having a hard time focusing?
that one.
Okay,
Apologies, I can
The-
do it from my
The
location.
buttons are kind of.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's your
Um,
eyes or the damage.
I just picture him at the console, just like,
I will scan
Got
for.
ya.
I will scan for science officer. Ensign, can you please open hailing channels, distress signal to anyone who will listen?
That's to Higgins.
To any and Higgins is flying. I assume there's another ensign.
There's not much to do
around.
for flying. Higgins
okay.
can take care of
Okay.
us.
Ship's tumbling in space.
Don't forget your helm. Your
Yeah.
helm was a center console, right?
it was a center console, yeah.
Did you guys have the center, or did
We
you
had
have
the,
It was
we
one
had
co-
the,
We
had
didn't
the-
have the 2.
No, but
Yeah,
we had
it's like the Voyager with
the
the
Voyager
center.
one,
Yeah,
and then we had the side. We
That's
had
right, the side wheels. Yeah, okay, so-
they had alcoves almost.
that's
Yeah.
right. So let's put Lieutenant Jarman at at the ops.
Okay.
Lieutenant's a junior grade. Definitely not like bridge. It's one of the kind of like just like gamma shift type that would fill in the night. Hasn't taken the command officer training program yet. Kind of like one of those.
Okay.
And very like fresh.
Okay.
Very kind of like internal scans. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, I got it, Lieutenant. No problem.
Aiton, I need you
No,
to
no,
open
I got
hailing
it.
frequencies outside the ship. We're doing distress signal.
Right, I can do that.
Distress signal.
Okay, distress signal.
From the captain's
Got
reading room.
it. Got it.
Okay.
We're good. I got it.
Keep on it. Let me know if anybody answers.
We'll pay very close attention.
From the reading room. From the reading room where the captain is, you hear him. You hear him start
You
singing.
can do this.
I'm singing to myself.
Are you?
Yeah.
Can they hear it? No.
Well, I don't know how broken it is.
No.
Okay.
No. You have privacy.
Remember
Okay.
the hole coming through the roof?
Yeah, no.
NDPS power conduit caught fire and burnt a convenient...
No, I'm not going to be that mean to the cat. I've already destroyed his ease.
Oh, Granny Mare, she ain't what she used to.
It'd actually be carried on my wayward son. Like,
Yeah.
Come on,
Oh yeah, that song is our theme song, isn't it? Yeah.
Then I'll go and scan for the science officer.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's done.
and Sofek's I'm gonna do a tight beam narrow scan on the Borg vessel.
Hit me.
At this point, it's not a cube anymore.
The remains. You can say
Shatters.
remains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ship support.
Okay.
You know what? Starship down.
Okay. I will tell you right now that the excuse me, I got the weird hiccups. The difficulty is 3.
2.
All right,
Advanced sensors.
Okay.
right there. There's our automatic pass.
Yeah.
For
so-
momentum.
Don't
momentum,
break the
cool.
ship.
Good call. Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
So we've got
Nice.
3 successes for me, and
One
then
more
one
for
for
the
the ship. So
So 4
so
momentum
6.
go to you.
Yep.
There you go.
I get to ask questions.
That's good. Yeah. Okay.
Or we get to get the warp core running.
Not with the sensors.
With the momentum, we can spend that on warp core.
No, that's not. How oh yeah, if it's in the pool.
If it's
Yeah,
in the pool.
yeah.
But I'm saying, just give me like 9 dice, I'll fix this right now.
All right. So the Borg cube is probably at about 38% effect, like working. There's about 38% of it left, and it's like think kind of like overall from everything from structure to power availability to. You get
What-
2 questions with one of these,
Yeah,
don't you?
I
Yeah,
do.
damn science officers.
So fix back.
What are their? How strong are their defensive capabilities still?
They do have. You can see that their tractor beam doesn't exist anymore. You can see that there is a they had a kind of like an impact launcher, like photons, but they weren't called photons. I don't remember what they're called. And there's at least one beam weapon working, the cutting one.
Oh, shields.
You don't detect any.
Okay, so they have one single weapon, no defensive options that I can see. Does it look like a torpedo would take them out?
No.
Oh, 10 torpedoes?
Well, 10 torpedoes would take a lot of things out, so probably, yeah.
We have 150. We've yet to fire one.
So we have some to spare, is what you're saying.
Just takes our ship a bit longer to reload because we gotta transport them.
You don't want to ask any other questions, really? Okay.
No, hold on, I haven't put them all down yet.
okay.
No, wait, now I gotta figure out if this is actual, if I'm missing something, or if this is just GM Tim making me spend momentum so we don't get the warp core fixed like a douche. What's the life sign count on the ship?
Jesus. Let's say many, but not like I don't know. I did they ever they always had a hard time giving exact numbers in damaged ships, didn't they?
Probably.
Well, they had problems with the Borg mostly because when they were regenerating, they weren't really, they were considered like
Registering?
part of the
Yeah.
ship,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it was weird.
So you can detect that there is some life support and environmental working on the ship.
A second question: are they suffering? What's their power like? Is there power fluctuations? Does it?
We know that it's at 30%.
No, but is it fluctuating? Is it
okay.
spiking?
My bad, sorry.
Like, is it? Does it look like? Because I pulled up the logs of what happened while I was,
Yeah.
and I saw that there was
The scientific.
were
Very
suspected Romulan black hole device was on there, or it's on there. Does it look like anything's about to go boom in a large radius?
Does not look like there's anything to go boom. You do detect a distress call.
From the Borg cube?
Yep.
Ooh, dear. Alright. Captain,
Carry on. Yeah. Yes.
I have completed the scan of the Borg remains.
And
They're still at they're approximately a third effectiveness. They are emitting a distress signal.
next time, lead with that. Can we block it?
Sofek cut scene. Sofek's fascinating.
At that moment,
You walk right out of the bridge.
You yell back at him, can we block it?
Sofek.
At our current capabilities, I do not know, Captain.
I'm gonna
Probably
take
no.
that as a no.
That is probably for the best, Captain.
Why is everybody? Oh, right. Looking at me for a reason. We're gonna need to do something about that.
Captain, I've also been unable to locate our science officer.
And at this point, you'd also have just received the report from Gurkhan and Genrek about not having another injector. That means your warp core is currently offline. Stable, but offline. So at best, you have impulse. And realistically, you wouldn't want to go to warp without a deflector dish.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But our warp core is not going to blow up
Correct.
right now,
Yet.
today.
I need everybody to meet in the conference room right now.
Aye, sir.
And at that point, we're going to take our first break. It's actually our only break because 2 hours. I don't know why I'm finger gunning you, but I am.
So it's still technically the first break.
It is the first
there's
break,
just not
yeah.
a second break.
It's the only first break.
So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. And finger guns. Yeah.
I'm not doing
Jeez. Oh.
back.
Hey, we're back. All right, so let's do a quick recap. You guys got you found a Borg cube inside of a nebula that was like a stellar nursery in the last episode, and boarded the ship to try and investigate and steal some of their nodes so you could download the information. While there, Sofek got an assimilation attempt, and you realized that it didn't work because it looks like the Borg are basically sick. Whether it's some sort of virus or implanted, you're not sure. You know that the Borg cube came from Romulan space. You tried to destroy it by blowing up some gases within a nebula. You damaged yourselves in the process very heavily. And we left last episode listing. The last hour, we've been trying to repair the ship. You know that Walsh is potentially dead. Beagle is severely injured. And you have 25 crew missing. Okay. Or dead.
Including our chief science officer.
Including your chief science officer.
Who, now that I remember, was working on the nodes at one point.
Yes. Okay, on top of that, because there's more, your warp core is stable, your deflector is gone, your shields are down. You have your weapons, you can't go to warp. You're not going to blow up from the warp core, but your warp field is stable but not working because the injectors for the antimatter are busted. So, you've also discovered that the Borg have sent out a distress call, as you have as well. And you know that the Borg cube is at about 38%
capacity. Yeah.
Well, no, there's about 38% of the
Cube left.
Cube left. Yeah. So the outer hull, essentially, to give you an image, the outer hull has like completely been blown away, and all that's left is like a weird, odd shape. Yeah, you can't get any definitive life sign readings, and you've called a conference call to try and figure out your next move. So, swipe, scene swipe into the conference room.
So, Sofek's in there, Gurkhan, I would have pulled you in there. Yeskov, obviously, first officer, important. I would not bring the doctor in. She's busy. Obviously, we can't bring in the chief science officer. He's MIA. And I left... Who was Lieutenant...
Lieutenant Higgins. Higgins could definitely take con.
Hey, cool. Higgins has the con.
She actually just looks at you. I got it, sir.
I don't know how I feel about Higgins. I'll keep an eye on her.
Because she's useful?
You say as the doors to the bridge close and open to the conference room. Yeah.
Yes, I mean this is very unlike. We're weird. Anyways, the Borg sending out a distress signal. We're missing a deflector. We can't go to warp. Yes.
Yes, Captain.
And as far as I know, the storage locker that was housing most of our repair parts is now an open air concept.
It is now currently floating in space inside of a flaming nebula.
Cool. Is there? I think did we say that our conference room has windows?
Yeah,
so we can see it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
pretty.
actually really. Yeah, it really is actually quite beautiful, terrifying but beautiful.
Sofek sits down,
Sofek
gets up, goes to the other
Yeah.
room of the table, lighting him.
Yeah. Okay. So far, I only have one option at the moment, and it's to blow up that Borg cube and limp our way home.
Second option, Captain.
Please.
We can attempt to infiltrate the Borg cube and get the required parts to go to warp. Otherwise, our chances of leaving here are 0. The Borg cube can send signals via subspace tunneling, and the Borg cube that's responding to it can go trans-warp. We cannot outrun it. We need to be gone via warp before they even arrive.
So the plan is to take a shuttle, fly over to the Borg remains, get the stuff we need, leave, then we're going to blow up the remains.
Exactly. And studies have shown that Borgs, while in the repair mode, are very unaware of people infiltrating their vessel.
They were repairing the last time we infiltrated as well.
But they were 100% intact and could spare the drones to attack us.
I wouldn't call them completely intact, but yes, they are in much more dire straits than they were.
Yes.
And to be honest, more dire straits than you are as well.
Good to hear.
If another Borg cube shows up, we will be dead.
What happens if another Borg cube shows up while we're in the Borg cube?
We'll
We
dead
would
either
still
way.
be dead.
Can we block the signal?
We cannot, because
Not
they are
from
using
here.
technology that we do not understand.
You might be able to stop it over there.
We knew if we go back.
Enough. Yasikov, assemble a security team. I'll fly the shuttle since our best con officer has... Well, we'll get a repair on him. Gurkhan, you're going to need to come with me. Sofek, how are you feeling?
I am able to function, Captain.
Good, you're coming too. Higgins will have the con, but Valaic will be in overall command for now. Make sure your teams are repairing what they need to be. Meet at Shuttle Bay 2 in 10 minutes.
Captain, also recommend that we do keep weapons trained on that cube.
Confirmed. Also, this time, bring more grenades. I leave the conference room.
I walk with Sofek, and I hand him a dagger, and I go.
Jesus.
I go.
Where are you?
Hand-to-hand combat, with you being one of the strongest members on the crew, could be very effective. And then I continue walking.
I take the dagger from him.
He's literally holding me by
No.
the point, going, "Huh."
You have your favorite, yes. Also, did you see
Yes,
where
Commander.
we pulled this from?
I do not care to speculate.
Carry on my way. Okay.
Yasikov to security team. 5 security personnel. Please meet us in Shuttle Bay 2.
Yes, sir.
Stop at Armory. Arm yourselves heavily.
Oh God, we're going over. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Because like, well, why am I not going?
Beagle, get off the comms. Okay. I show up in Cargo Bay 2 and wait for everybody to get aboard. Did you bring an extra... I look at Gurkhan. Did you bring an extra engineering person or just you?
Just me. You don't need more than me, Captain. You were with me last time.
Good point.
I have a bandolier of grenades and a phaser rifle.
Cut to engineering. Garak is like, no, yeah, ship's falling apart. I'm going to go to the Borg cube.
One random...
You're in charge. Fix the ship. Fix the holes.
One random engineering officer goes by and goes, "You! Fix my office!"
Like,
Sir,
just
you
in
don't
Cargo
have-
Bay 2. I can't believe they're going over there again. You know what? It's fine. Everything... Get back to work.
Yeah, yeah.
I said 10 cc's.
And then you have a scene, just a brief scene with Beagle. Oh, I saw the bandolier.
All the security guys are bandolier.
Yeah.
All right. We take off in the ship. In our little shuttle. Everybody's nice seated. I don't turn off the...
Are you concussed?
Yes.
We all are.
Everybody's hurt.
So you are the only one. Well, Gurkhan's fine too. You two are
Yeah.
fine. His
Not
character's
actually concussed. I'm...
Might be slightly
Just
irradiated.
it's all the
Emotions.
noise and emotions.
So, like, on the way to the shuttle,
He definitely calms down once you guys leave the ship.
Oh, okay. I just probably would have decided, like, Captain, are you okay to fly ship?
Fine.
So Fix is staring at the buttons.
So fixed up that out of it. Jesus.
So,
He might be
as we leave,
Right,
as we're
So
flying
Fex take a lot
over,
of damage, so.
I've got the shields up and go. So Feck, find us a landing spot.
So,
So Feck.
Yes, Captain.
Yeah. No problem. Okay. So we're gonna do, it's one of those cool outer shots where you see the shuttle kind of coming up and doing a kind of flyby around the remains of the cube. You'd have to dodge a lot of cube bits.
You see drones bouncing off the shields.
Kind of, yeah. And you get to a point where you can do like a forced dock with the cube. So your ship kind of like goes on the top, and your emergency hatch connects.
All right, Iskov,
I'd
take us in.
recommend EV suits, sir.
There's
Atmosphere.
environment and atmosphere. On the other
Atmosphere.
side.
Okay, all right.
Sophic told us that.
Security team, 2 security personnel to Gurkhan and Sophic. The remainder, and I will go with the captain.
This time we're not going to split up. Gurkhan, tell us what we need to find.
Most likely we'll have to go towards the center of the ship, which I believe is our energy source. And that will be the most likely area for us to find the requisite parts.
Luckily, the center is most noticeably closer to the outside now, Captain.
Yeah. All right, security
Captain Obvious.
That's a good line.
personnel. Stay alert. Protect the team.
Nobody engage the Borg unless engaged first. We
Yes,
don't
sir.
want to set them off.
I do have one of
Yes,
my
Captain.
special devices with me. It's
Have I
just a-
not
it's just- it's
confiscated
just a
all
bomb.
of those?
It's just a
It's just a bomb.
No big deal.
Just a bomb that I can activate with a tricorder from a distance. Because I'm planning on taking
Yeah,
this
as a
thing
golf
out.
ask, what is that? Second engineering kit?
It's just
Except
wires.
it's spherical with wires coming around and a countdown timer on the top.
And in English, it says today is a good day to kill.
Yeah.
Is this safe?
Yes, Kov.
If it's in my hands, it is.
Just, it's fine.
Oh, it's fine.
Move
It's
out.
as an explosive.
Well, like it guys are
Technically,
so
many things are explosive,
angry with
Lieutenant.
each other. Like,
I say this in Russian.
yeah.
And
Yeah, the translation shows up underneath.
Yeah.
Eventually, I want to get to the point where we can put translations
Translations
underneath for you. Yeah,
underneath.
yeah, I do.
I mean, it would be super cool if I actually spoke Russian, but I don't. All right.
Today's the day to learn.
Yeah.
You just gotta type out certain
Google
phrases
Translate.
in Google Translate. You're like, what is the Google Translate for? Oh my God, we're dead. Oh my God.
Oshimov.
Okay, so I'll take a security officer and we'll breach. We'll go in.
Yeah.
By breach, you mean enter.
Okay. Yeah.
No explosives yet.
So as you guys enter,
Cautiously enter in a military fashion.
yep, you hear their riddler that off key klaxon. Yeah, it's going. There's smoke and steam and like you can see just kind of like you can see the damage even in the atmosphere, right? It's breathable. Everything has that metallic acidic scent to it, so it's got kind of like in the back of your mouth. And yeah. And
He's actually doing that. Just
Gurkhan leads the way, kind of like by giving the couple taps to the security officers. So, like you said, they're in the lead.
Yeah.
And directs them towards where they're going. They don't let you go progress until, especially now that you're with them, right? Well, actually, because all of you are with them, you're literally the command scheme for the ship, right? So they're being hypersensitive, and
we only bring the best.
Yeah,
I do hand one of them a dagger.
he takes it, shink, and puts it in his kind of like belt so that it's doing that kind of cool open thing, and yeah.
I tap Gurkhan.
Oh, you have a bat left.
Yeah.
You if you were in the classes, you should have brought your own.
Yeah, you were in the classes. You have about that.
Yeah.
I was taking the classes.
Yeah. So
Do you have yours with you?
No.
No, exactly. I do.
I'm not hand-to-handing the board.
I have a full-on batleth on me. Not a backleth today, a batleth.
So you guys get to this. You get to the center, and you see more drones down than you do in pods. You see a lot of drones that look like they're kind of half there. Have any of you before these encounters had experience with Borg?
Yep.
He's the only one.
Okay, so you can tell, you remember the look of Borg when they've been disconnected?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the look you have with most of the ones that are still alive on the ground, but most of the ones on the ground are dead.
Yeah, fair enough.
To one of the dead ones, what I think would be cool is, when Picard takes the chip out to see what the last orders that drone received was. I would like to do that.
Okay.
But one of the dead ones, it's disconnected.
Are you going to do that, or are you going to ask someone to do
I'm
that?
gonna ask somebody to do it.
Fair enough. I'll step up. I'm an engineer.
But I'm gonna assist because I read the file.
Sending a security officer with them.
No, we're
this
as
is
a
in
team.
the group. We're stepping
Sorry.
over these bodies.
Yeah.
We reach down, and I'm going to pull
Here.
one of their
Company,
their cerebral
halt.
chips.
And then I tell him, look, we need to...
You
let's-
recommend it. I'm like, on it, Captain.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so Leah, we all forget sometimes you haven't seen a lot of the TNG stuff. So this is in the same corridor. You're doing it as you're progressing.
All right.
So think of
Because
a
you're not
super long,
splitting up.
Yeah, think of a super long
Right.
hallway.
Yeah.
But the Borg are kind of, because they have a little, like, I guess you could say closets that they step into and then they recharge.
Right.
But they're flopped out of them. So it's like consistent rows of
We're
bodies.
constantly
laying.
stepping
Yeah,
overboard.
I'm just saying, like, Yesikov would probably just be very cautious
Yeah.
about whether they're actually disconnected or not.
Yeah, great,
Like,
That's
great.
like when you stab them.
Anyways, I'm gonna help.
So we're stabbing
Yeah.
them in the brain and taking a chip out.
Okay, so give me
And
a
I'm gonna help using follow my lead, so I use my presence and command for this.
great and control and engineering for you.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a jerk. You can keep your whatever. You're good. I need a control in medicine.
Okay.
Yeah. He just used a momentum to give him a third dice.
3 successes.
Nice.
Plus 1 for me.
4.
So 4. Okay. So you're gonna get your momentum back.
Hello. I'm not gonna ask any questions. I'm gonna take that chip and look at it later.
All right. So you grab the chip.
It goes into the one that's not the bomb of my kit.
Yep. My God, he throws the wrong case.
Puts it in the bomb. The bomb suddenly assimilates itself and gains consciousness. What?
Got spider legs and is chasing us through the ship.
Non-Borg detected. Activated.
What?
Gurkon! Okay.
Company, move out.
You guys get to the center of the ship, and there's that really creepy green glow from the engineering. It's going to be like just a basic room. Everything in the ship looks extremely utilitarian. It's built to function exactly as it's needed. There's no consideration for decor, finesse, anything like that. So it's literally just a box, and there is the engineering. So it looks like. Why don't you actually give me a reason and engineering to see how much you can figure out just by looking at this?
Okay.
No.
It's bored.
So it's a I'm gonna say it's a difficulty of 3.
Okay.
Can I
Oh,
use a
natural
determination
20
for
and
him?
5.
Well, no, I can use the milestone as a determination.
You have a determination 2 still.
I know. I'm gonna burn it. Why not?
Okay.
Burn it. Let's see if I do burn it with my veterancy. It's a
don't.
5. I do not.
Excellent.
Like the second time it's happened. I'm gonna re-roll this one specifically.
Yeah.
And
So you rerolling the 20.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
and do a 9, so that's 2 successes. You said you need a difficulty 3.
Yeah.
No criticals on this because I don't and I can't add dice after the fact. But I got rid of our critical failure.
Okay. So the most you can tell from this is that it looks like there's 2 engines.
Okay, so I'm going to assume that one of them is more Romulan that I know more about because
And you guys don't know much about it. So you don't know much about either. You've experienced the Borg. You've never been on a Borg ship.
I know, but I've experienced Romulans because we've probably done boarding actions in the KDF.
Yeah, but they still don't know.
But we don't know exactly how to use them.
Right.
I might be able to be like, I've seen something like that before.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
have a focus on alien weapons. I don't know if that helps.
Not at
These
this
are
point.
alien engines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in fact,
Romulan
assist
type.
Gurkhan.
But
Iskov,
I
fan
do
out.
have a
and
focus on
put a
EPS power
safety
conduits.
perimeter.
No.
I Captain.
Yeah. Secure the perimeter.
Yeah. So I'm going to go over
You're
to.
feeling better, by the way. Okay. I'm just saying. Yeah.
So more fewer minds.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So I'm gonna go over to the one that I could look at, which is whichever one's nearer to me, of the two warp cores or engineering main cores.
Okay.
And I'm going to investigate it and try to see if it's something that I can actually strip for parts. Let's say.
Okay, so the first one you get up to, they both look completely bizarre. The first one you get up to, you have elements of a warp core, but it's definitely got attachments and additions, and you're fairly confident that it operates on a matter-antimatter style,
Okay.
but something about it, like you can't find a dilithium crystal chamber, for example.
Okay.
Right? So there's something going on where they've
Modified it and made it more efficient, or
Yeah.
something.
yeah.
But Is the layout something that I can at least recognize and make? This is the core. This is where the power comes in.
Yeah.
So the power goes out.
That's what I'm trying to give you. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go to where on our core would be the fused parts.
Okay.
On their core, like so that general area, and poke around.
Yeah. Sofac's able to help you kind of like guide you
I got my
towards.
tricorder
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. So it's up there. You two are gonna have to climb.
Yes. Request to engineering officers, or all of you, to join us.
I have security officers.
We're going up top.
Captain?
That's where we need to go. That's where we need to go.
Alright.
Start.
Two of you assist Gurkhan.
Okay. So the two of them go up. So you four go up. There's 5 of you down below. There are still operating terminals down here. Do you want to try and decipher some? Take a look.
We need to cease the transmission.
I go, cool. I'm actually gonna I'll look into that. That's all I say, and I like kind of walk off to the side. I'll look into that.
Okay. So what do you want? What do you want Yazikov to do?
I'm holding perimeter, sir.
No, you could be just something more useful than that. We've got security teams for that.
2 people.
You know what? 2 people. That's enough.
That's 3.
I don't know what I want you to do for once. Help me.
Do you have any ideas?
Aye, sir. We just need to isolate the signal and turn it off.
Alright. I'll start on this power con. I'll start on this panel. You start on that panel. We'll meet in the middle. Hopefully one of us will be able to figure out where this thing's coming from. Because I don't know Borg tech. I don't know if these things
Yeah,
would
you guys
be
would be using
separate,
your
right?
tricorder to try and decipher it.
So I figured they might be different.
Sofik was able to translate the language on the planet we were at prior, the Proto-Vulcan language. You have...
You yelling at him on top of the core.
Yeah,
Were you
Sofak's
up there?
up there,
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
He's busy.
Yeah.
What to say?
All right. Let's give it a
We're
shot.
gonna double our chances because it's different. I don't know if the terminals are different or if they're all connected in one way. I just don't know. So I was just gonna tell her to go
So you guys are going to kind of try and
Kinda-
go around the corners
Yeah,
to
yeah.
meet the...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So why don't I'll give... Because you're using a tricorder, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give each of you an extra dice. I really don't think this is how tricorders actually work, but in my mind, it would make sense for a research thing to give you an extra boost, right? Like so.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean, dice is not as good as removing a difficulty, but it's still a good bonus.
Exactly. Yeah. So so why don't we start with you, Captain?
Okay, well, we'll try to link in and then translate what I'm seeing to see sort of if I can decipher. First, I'm going to decipher what it kind of says, and then I'll look to see if I know where that transmission is coming from.
Okay. So roll and count up, but don't tell me the successes yet.
Okay.
Same with you, Yazikov. Roll and then count up, but don't tell me your successes. You guys are going to use reason and engineering. Okay, you two. The security team is climbing. There's been only minor, like at one point they hold you guys halfway up, and you're kind of both like, oh dear Lord, if we get attacked now, we're so screwed. And the one kind of stops and preps himself up in a corner and aims like this, and you guys see a drone kind of like walk by, stop, look down at you, and then continue on.
They ain't gonna be looking long. They're gonna be running at us once they start taking the work car apart.
Nobody breathe.
This is gonna be fast. So I get to the port where you need to be, and I'm like, Lieutenant Sofak, if we can get this out as quick as possible, it'll be very helpful to our cause.
And you most definitely are going to need 2 people to do this. It's a bigger unit than what you're used to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's built for a bigger ship.
Yeah, and then the two security officers can carry it.
Well, sure.
Or
but
we'll carry it because they have the guns.
yeah. But here's the catch, is you're going to have to turn it off before you disconnect it.
We'll see about that. So we're gonna...
It's off.
All right, so I'm gonna go to one of the whatever I believe would be the antimatter feed to the system and try to see if I can shunt it and turn it off.
Sure. Give me an engineering and control.
Okay.
Control engineering. So.
And then for any of these tests that are going on for Stefan, whenever he uses engineering, I'm going to use my collaboration with him. If he's working on the same part of the ship as me.
So at this point, because you're literally kind of going blind, right? So it's
Me?
well, like not blind, but like you.
Oh, I'm going blind.
Yeah.
Not going blind.
Going off like you're going off.
You're
sort
going
of
in blind.
Instinct, right? So it's not really anything specific. So, Sofek, if you want, you could use your tricorder to try and use the sort of like the science behind it to try and figure it out a little bit better. If you succeed, it's difficulty 3. I will lower Gurkhan's difficulty by 1. Okay, because Gurkhan currently it's a difficulty 4 to do what you want to do.
Yep.
3 dice for the tricorder.
I'll give you an extra dice for the tricorder. Yeah. So yours is going to be reason and engineering. Unless you can sell me on another one, but I really think that reason and engineering is all that I can reasonably give you.
Hey.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh crap! It's the Borg.
Oh crap! It's the Borg. Okay. So what are you using that for? An automatic success?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
What? You didn't
Wow.
need that.
Wow!
A 1, a 2, and a 9.
Holy crap!
Yeah, I'm using computers, right?
Yeah.
Or actually, no, sensors. I'm refining the tricorder's scanning ability to locate what I need. Or rather, what Gurkhan needs.
Sure. I'll give it to you.
So that's 2, 4, 6, 7
7
successes.
successes total.
Because of the crit.
Yep.
from
Oh
the
my god.
determination.
Okay, well, you can have
So many.
so 1, 2, 3, 4. Because it was difficulty 3. Gurkhan, your difficulty is lowered by 1 to 3 now.
And that pool is maxed.
And the pool is maxed.
So I got 3 dice base because I'm still working on the same warp core. Testing a theory. As long as I've tested a single thing on this item before in the entire session, I get an additional die for free.
So I will give you the extra dice for.
Otherwise, I'll burn 6 and I'll roll 8 dice right now and get all the dice. I'll do it.
I love that you're threatening the DM. Thanks so much.
I'm not giving you a threat. I'm just threatening you.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm just saying because literally it says if I made a test on this anything in this theory before, I just get a free dice for it.
Okay.
But not before it's in the same
So
session.
the way
I've been doing it wrong the entire.
That's
entire
cool.
time
No,
I've been
the
playing
way I interpret that is if you were repairing this, like putting it back in your ship, your warp core.
it. This literally says if I'm using the same skill again.
Right. No, I know. But that's what I'm saying. Right. If it were, it's not necessarily the skill; it's the place. That's okay. Go for it.
Okay, but I get 3,
Okay.
and I'm gonna burn technology should never be discarded because I want
Okay.
to save this technology for critical,
Okay.
which I don't spend.
Oh my god.
Screw it, let's get a 4th dice. I get no focuses on this, and you said it was reason engineering?
Yeah, but before you roll, do you want to burn any of those to gather information? Like you got a lot, and he's gonna get more.
Yeah, sure. I
That's
guess.
likely, right?
Where's the signal coming from?
No, it's got to
Nah,
be
I
something
won't be
to do
able
with
to
the
do that.
something to do with the.
Is that where the signal's coming from?
Technically, yeah, because it's powering the whole ship.
Fair point.
How long does it seem like it's going to take us to remove this?
Okay. It's gonna take you at least a half hour. It's gonna be a while.
Okay. I'm assuming this isn't a work tree, right?
Hmm?
This isn't going to be a work tree.
A work tree, kind of like how I've modified the work tasks to try and make it more
Go
stream
faster.
gamed.
Okay.
I can't really think of anything else I could ask for.
How about you mind if I just give you information?
Yeah, just give me something.
The other engine isn't Borg. most definitely Romulan. And you can see connections to this same pod, which is part of the reason why it's going to take you so long.
Okay, so both the Borg engine and the Romulan engine are feeding into the same section?
Fuel source, basically.
Fuel source?
Yeah. But it doesn't look like they're using an antimatter injector the same way. It just usually looks like they're using the antimatter to kind of like maybe like a starter switch.
That's one way to hotwire an engine.
I believe the Borg have been assimilating too many humans.
Sounds about right. I'm going to attempt to...
Well, if we put
get
two
rid of
engines together, it'll go faster.
Let's see what happens. So there's already 2 successes. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 successes.
6 successes?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I get to roll work, or what do I do now? Because I got to figure out...
3. Okay, so hold on.
Only-
you got
I got
3
3.
momentum. You got 3 momentum.
All right, so here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're changing how the work thing works,
Just for the moment, I want to
So-
see if it works.
it's just... Okay, momentum can't be used to spend on work, can it? Because normally it's spent on additional die for work rolls.
I mean, yeah.
So I want to speed it up by spending 2 of these momentum and put 1 in the pool. If you find a way to shorten the time period. of
Okay,
the
so
rest
it'll take less time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep time abstract so that it's look at it as like the speed of plot.
Yeah.
You just sped the plot up.
Basically, I want to get to the point
Speed of
where
plot, I like that.
I'm speeding it up to the point where my brain plan might be able to be implemented with nobody knowing.
Your brain plan.
I have a plan.
Oh, okay.
I have an idea.
Okay. Okay, so you're disconnecting. So you realize that there's 2 things connected to this, and you managed to disconnect the non-Borg one much quicker than you anticipated, and it looks like it was not put together by Borg.
Actually, then I'm going to spend this one. Does it look human in any way?
No, not human.
That's my question.
Romulan.
No, but the second one, the one.
Romulan.
Both Romulan?
No. So the main one you're looking at
Is Borg.
is Borg,
Okay.
and the secondary one that he discovered
Yeah.
that goes to the second engine
Is
that you
Romulan.
couldn't figure out. It looks like the connection is Romulan engineering, not Borg engineering.
Oh, so it looks like the Romulans might have put this in.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm continuing on with severing that connection.
Okay. And you're assisting, or is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to continue assisting.
Okay. How'd you do for those rolls?
Got 3 successes.
All right.
I got
Which is what you needed.
2
Nice.
successes.
2 successes.
Unless any of my focuses help.
What are your focuses?
I've got Romulan tactics, shipboard tactical systems, and alien weapons.
Romulan
3.
tactics works.
All right, then I've got 3 successes.
So you start translating, and it's definitely Borg. You're able to trace the signal source, and it is not in engineering, but from this engineering console, you can shut it off because, yay, all things are interconnected, just like on your ship.
Woohoo!
Pause just 1 sec. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
You start deciphering and realize that you've got it programmed for Borg and it's not working. And as your tricorder starts to file through languages, it gets to Romulan and it starts deciphering the language.
What does it say?
It's an engineering readout,
Oh,
basically
okay.
like serious damage. It lists
Yeah.
all the damages on the ship and distress signal sent and a reply received.
Captain?
And it's just when you hit the button, it just pops up, and in Romulan, your tricorder translates, and you look over at your tricorder, and it does the cool like it shows the Romulan glyph, and then it flips into Romulan standard,
Right.
and it says retrieval on the way.
Captain, we have incoming. Is there any way to see like who received the message?
No.
That actually answered my question. I was going to say, do I know who the message was sent to? But
No. So it was a standard distress call that has received a reply.
Captain, distress call was sent in Romulan, and someone accepted it and is incoming.
it doesn't.
It
It's
could
not
either
Borg?
be Borg or Romulan.
Your station is all Borg. You see nothing about it, but you do find the off switch.
I go, well then, we'll prepare for incoming, but boop, off.
Yeah,
Can we reach the ship from here?
Communicate with the ship.
you tried.
Not yet.
Yesikov, the USS Payette.
Really, 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 really staticky. Yeah. Lieutenant Higgins.
Distress call has been received. They have help incoming. Be prepared.
Sorry. Help on. You
We
need.
text them?
So after a couple minutes
Yeah.
of broken words, you hear her go, "Please confirm. You require help."
No. Be prepared for incoming ship.
Okay, and you get confirmation.
Okay.
That whole process takes some time.
Okay. Fair.
So do you know where that distress signal, that reply came from? No.
No, sir.
No, there'd be no way to. Sorry.
I'm just talking to her.
Came from
No.
space.
No, sir. There's no way to find it.
I believe
Well, we've
this
shut off the
vessel runs
distress call.
from
We're going to have to move
Florida
up. I go to the base of this thing and yell, "Khan, Sofek, we have been coming. We
And
don't know
as-
from who."
As you say that, the doors to the engineering bay open and 2 drones walk in.
Do they look threatening?
2 drones walk in and start heading directly for where you're all standing near the center engines. The 3 look back at you and they're like arms up and they're
Yeah.
like fingered, like you can see it.
Wait.
Move out of their way.
Okay, and everyone just kind of takes a step back and they walk right by and then start climbing up the ladder these 2 are on.
Uh-oh.
Drones incoming.
Sofek, you look down and you see 2 drones staring right up at you, heading right up for you.
Captain, I can't have him attacked again.
Commander, we have a complication coming up.
And as he says that, you get, "Ah, jeez, what?"
Me?
Yeah, like something
fair
just
enough.
like, yeah.
Like, it's praising me. I'm like, what is it, Lieutenant? Junior grade?
Fucking stop bickering for 2 seconds. You got Borg coming at you.
Shut up, Commander!
If it looks like they're going after them,
No, as he says that, as you say that, you actually see the board coming up at you.
And I look at Sofak and I go, we do have 2 security officers with us, do we not?
They're above you.
They are protecting us above us? How?
Because they were climbing up first. So they're kind of like propped up in kind of like using like feet and legs and doing
Yeah.
that.
Did you
So
not
they're
see
looking
what-
at you
Yeah.
like should we shoot? Like
And I go, fire at will.
Oh my
I
god,
was actually.
no.
Oh my god, no, board.
You know what? I've had enough. I'm the captain. I'm gonna take the shot.
Why
So you're
is
just
our
gonna take a
security
shot?
I'm gonna take a shot at one of the.
no. They were told specifically not to engage unless ordered
By the
to.
chief security officer.
Yeah.
Why
Who
is the chief
nobody
security
seems to give a
officer-
shit what my orders are.
No, the security officers definitely did.
No, they did.
But
they
the
were
captain's
I know.
firing.
But the captain's gonna fire.
I'm
Yes,
literally
I've had
stuck
enough.
between your officers and board right now. I can't go up and I can't go down.
So we can role play that, but
Yeah.
we've got to make sure that we keep our emotions in check for our characters.
Yeah.
So long as we're good with that, we're good with that. But for now, you're
Like
taking
I
a
said,
shot.
your security's paid attention to him.
Yeah. Okay. Take a shot.
Yeah, so I'm gonna shoot it. I'm done. Yeah. So phaser shot
Aim and shoot.
for my phaser type 2. I do have hand phasers because I've had to shoot things before, and if it's a control and security, so that'll be 2 successes, no critical failures,
Okay, that's a hit.
and 6 dice, vicious. Come at me. Ooh, that's not great, but I can spend.
It's also versatile, which I don't know what that means again.
Oh no, that just allows you to do like vicious or piercing or.
How was that?
So that would be 4 damage. There was something I could do with momentum to add.
Every momentum.
You know what? Wait, can I use that on
You can
damage
use
dice?
determination on anything.
You can use
with
momentum to re-roll.
No, momentum adds an additional die to the
Thank
for
you.
damage.
That's what I was trying to discern.
So you can do it post.
I think momentum could also be used for re-rolling as
I
well.
thought so, but that's okay.
I'll just use this one.
Okay.
Because, oh crap, it's the Borg.
Yep.
There we go. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage to the Borg that was closest to him.
Okay, so the Borg, it hits the Borg.
I'm
was
fine.
that so? That was Sofek, right? Or that was your.
Fine.
Just go.
It's hard to tell the difference sometimes. I forget that you guys get really into character and like, yeah.
I'm fine.
Okay, so yeah, Yazakov's gonna kick your ass later, but for now, you got a good
Not
shot
having
off.
him get assimilated
Yeah,
again.
you got a good shot off, and the Borg drops. You hear a new sound. You hear that horrible Borg jointed noise, and it sounds better than it did before. And it says, "Weapons fire detected in engineering. Attack drones report."
How much time do you need?
As much time as it takes. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Fair enough. And at that point, something kind of goes click, and it looks like it's been released.
Yeah. I specifically yelled out of the 3 options that are going to happen today, 2 of them we end up in Stovacor. Let me do my job.
Prepare for incoming. This is all I say.
Yes,
And I
Kyle.
turn towards the door.
Okay,
How many doors are there in here?
just the one.
Do we
Security
still have the
officers
second drone climbing up though? There's
Yes.
2.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Security officers, fire on drone.
Okay,
You 2, cover the door.
3.
3,
Yes, sir.
3, cover the door.
So they prep down. They pull out their rifles, and they just like they're
Is there
just
any, like,
ready
cover?
and waiting. Huh?
Is there anything? Is there
Barely.
any cover?
No,
Is there
you can.
anything?
You
I
guys
can
have
move?
like.
Oh, I'm
you guys-
standing there
no.
all badass.
Remember,
in
I
the
told
middle
you it
of
was
the
just a nice open. It's very utilitarian.
Get behind cover
room.
So
now.
The cover is basically the engine,
Okay. Well,
because the panels. It's just wall panels. All you need to do is walk up and do what you need to do. There's no
Okay.
need for a panel in the middle of the room, right?
right, like a table or anything.
Yeah, they don't.
Or
need
don't
any
need
of that.
tables.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
For the most part, they think it and the ship does it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So the attack drones fire, or the
Security
security
officers?
officers fire. The first one misses. Second one will hit, and we'll get a critical.
Fantastic.
Phaser rifle type 3 is 4 damage plus the security of the officer, which I'm going to assume is 3 or 4.
3.
So it'll be 7 dice.
There you go.
And it is accurate and charged, so you can do vicious on this too.
Whoa!
So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. So it drops as well, and you hear that really horrible crunch, thud, and clank of like
Shot at
Big
me
are they?
standing in the middle of the
How
room
big
with
are
the
they?
Borg that comes down.
Humanoid.
Back!
Some of them are slightly taller because of the
If I
headpieces.
stack them, I could make cover.
Well, a lot of times when the Borg die, they actually evaporate. They
Not
self-immolate.
these ones.
Oh, these ones aren't? Okay.
Well, because
Yeah.
usually when they evaporate, they're being teleported.
And-
Or
Uh,
they're being self-immolated.
And yeah, I mean, it would be an awkward cover, but you could definitely make some sort of cover. You now hear an alarm.
Okay.
The security officer above you yells down. I've been on a Borg ship with the Enterprise. We're only gonna get another 1 or 2 shots before they figure out all the frequencies.
Garcon, can we leave now? Do you have what you need?
I have what we need. I take my pack with the bomb, set it for 4 hours, and leave it where I'm going and go, run!
Okay.
You notice I only have 1 pack now.
Cool.
Do you want to download the information?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will download the
Why don't
information.
you give me a computer and it's gonna be control.
and-
Nah, insight. Because you're trying to figure it out.
What'd you get?
But your tricorder is assisting, so I'll give you a third dice.
Type 2?
So,
Insight and engineering, or insight and computers. I'll let you pick. think I did
So
something,
it's
right?
3.
Well, if it's science or engineering, it's the same for me.
Okay.
Science,
Science, that's what it is.
Bridge command ain't gonna help. That's 2 successes, and an 18 will be a failure for me.
Okay.
It's my brain.
So the
brain's
translation just can't compute. So that you're just struggling with trying to figure out the glyphs properly, and you can't tell whether that's like a delete file or a download file or like erase your tricorder file. You're like, too much is going on. You're not going to be able to pull everything, but you do get a little bit.
Okay. Then I say, as soon as these, when you guys hit the ground, we move.
Yep.
Okay, so they hit the ground, and you move and you run out the doorway, and the 3 are still ready and prepped, and they're kind of like you're doing the hopscotch,
You're
right?
doing the yeah.
That's right. So
Bounding.
It's called bounding.
bounding. Okay, so they're getting ready for you to bound, and the 2 take the lead. Yes.
Yeah.
Or do you take the lead with one of them?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the lead with one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the next one is staying right next to you.
Perfect.
Then you 2, then the 3 behind. Okay?
Yeah.
And they're all very they don't really let you get in front of them unless you're meant to. They're very kind of organized. You should be very proud. And
Extra drills I made them do.
yeah, because you did do extra drills. Yeah. Okay, so you leapfrog out the door, and as you do, the 2 big attract drones are right there. Like just as you come out the door, you and the other guy. So you have not had a lot of rolls tonight, so I'm going to make you the other guy if that's okay with you.
Yep.
Okay. So this one is specialized as well. Back to my ops division. I love this book. I highly recommend this book for all of the DMs out there because it's fan-frickin-tastic. And supporting characters and ops engineering. There you go.
Maybe.
Smoothie time.
Right there.
With this spirulina.
Okay. Yazikov, you can take your first shot. No, you know what? I'm burning a threat. Stealing initiative.
I retain initiative
For free.
for free.
Can I burn
Because
another
of
one?
my-
I have no
Deal.
idea.
You can burn as much
Can
stuff as you
you-
want. You can, if as long as it says R, it's repeatable.
But it isn't retaining only if we've already done an action, though?
No, in the first round of initiative, I get to retain initiative for free, basically.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I have a phaser type 3. Can somebody tell me what page that's on?
Page 193.
It's gonna do
The
like
search didn't seem to work.
10 points of damage.
Well, her security's 5, and
And the
it starts
phases-
off at 4,
Okay.
so it's 9 dice, and it can be vicious, charged. You can shoot it at. You can do a wide beam, so you can hit 2 targets if you want.
Yeah.
It's got options.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm going to.
I turned into Jack Nicholson there for a second.
I'm
has
going to
options.
charge it. It's accurate. I don't know what any of this means.
You can pick a random
So
page in
accurate
the book.
means it's precise.
Yeah.
If you perform the aim minor action before making an attack, you roll an extra, then any number of d20s may be re-rolled instead of normal benefit of aiming.
Okay.
So you basically aim, you fire, and you're like, "That's a 20." I don't think so.
Yeah, because normally accurate
Well,
is
do
one
I even
word.
have time to aim, or we were like
We got
running
5
around?
minutes left, so you need to make
Okay,
a decision.
so I'm just going to charge and shoot.
Okay,
I get 2 dice, right?
correct.
So
You can...
I'm going to burn one for 3,
There you go.
and off we go. So that is
God.
a
3 successes.
3 successes.
Okay, so you're going to get 1 back.
Great.
Then the
And then-
damage for you will start at 9 dice.
What?
Security officer, yeah. Base
Start
of 5.
at 9.
Oh my God.
And then can I buy more?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Momentum
spend the
wise.
momentum to buy an extra one.
5, 10. And this is
round
vicious,
numbers.
so all the 5s and 6s count as 2 damage.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14,
15, because that 2 counts as 2.
15. 15.
15.
15 damage.
All right, so you fire, and this thing vaporizes.
It is the TOS one. Hey.
There's a shot of the background
Yeah, it
image
just
of it.
vaporizes.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay,
And
your turn. Nope, my turn. All right, so this thing's gonna fire at you. It's gonna burn. I'm burning 3 threat to gain 2 extra dice, and it's shooting at 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6 are the
Officer.
yeah. Well, I guess it would be odds. No, yeah, I'm doing that.
Sure.
Regular dude.
Yes! By yes, I mean this is terrible. More of my crew are dying.
Oh, maybe not.
Oh, no, that'll be 3 successes. A 6 and a 3. That's 3 successes.
Okay.
Okay, so I gain one of these back. It will shoot. This one only gets 9.
Only.
And 8. Okay.
Ooh.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9. How many hit points?
15.
Okay. So it is a injury.
Yeah.
So unless somebody blows a determination, this is going down. Okay, so he takes
protect my people.
Yeah, so he takes 9. Nice. Thank you. Takes 9 and he's hit, and it's your turn. Yeah, you are.
Burning that momentum.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god.
1, 2, at least 3.
So what is it for shooting phasers?
Security.
Security and
control.
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 So 14. So that's still 3 successes because of that phaser.
Yep. He has hand phaser. And he gets 8 dice. I can add damage after with it.
Oh, okay. Or you don't need to.
Wow.
2,
4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah,
Blowing a
yeah.
threat to keep both the 2 injuries. That's 2 injuries. That's 5 twice. So I'm blowing 2 threat to keep those 2 injuries off my back. So this thing takes the damage, and then you kind of like as the shot hits, and it's one of those like are we doing like the cool bolt rifles, or are we doing the bolt rifle?
Phaser
All rifle.
Yeah, okay.
Phaser rifle, yeah.
So as it takes the cool bolt rifle, and you can see a couple, you see one go through, you see a second go through, and the third one hits a shield.
You just hear me.
Security guy just starts beeping on the back to try and change frequency like they've adapted.
Yeah. Okay.
We gotta get past him.
And then you hear Commander, and you turn around and you see the 2 behind shooting.
Yeah.
And hitting shields.
One drops, and then the shield goes up.
And
Sir, I think our weapons are ineffective.
we've
Use grenades.
Sir?
You heard me. We're not dying here today.
Okay.
is our shuttle's just past the 1.
Yep.
I'm gonna, yeah. Gurkhan? You just hear me do that?
Charger.
Stab him.
Nope. Your cons.
Oh.
You're both
What about
down.
the security officer who
I
had the
handed it off to the
knife?
security officer.
So if the security officer takes him, they
The
can't
one's
shoot.
not firing. Well, there's 5 security
It'll
officers.
take 2 of you then.
There's
You know
5
what?
of them.
Hey, what
4
about the
are
security
fired.
officer you gave the knife to?
So who's the other one? Which one of you?
Because
so,
only 4 officers have fired, right?
Right. So which one of you is holding the injector with
The
the,
5th security officer
Which one of you is holding the injector with the security officer? It takes 2.
takes 2
To hold it.
He is, because he's the one that's injured.
Okay.
And I'm the one that can fight.
Okay.
Right? So I'm going after this Borg.
Okay.
I'm going to burn a determination to think crazy plan is better than no plan to get a critical on this.
All right.
And then I'm going to burn a momentum to get a 3rd dice.
Okay.
And melee's daring and security.
And as you
And
walk
then-
up, it looks like it just. As you run up and you see head ridges. I'm blowing a threat for an extra complication.
Dauntless. If it's got anything to do with personality, I ignore it.
Oh,
Anything to do with fear and any of those
nice.
conditions, I ignore it.
Yes.
I've killed Klingons before. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Roll them bones.
That's not a critical. So, but with 4 successes.
4 successes. That's 2 momentum.
And then the bat.
Oh, and I get to roll my attack back, right?
If you beat me, yes. And then it becomes you.
You know what?
Me.
I'm gonna. Why not? And 3 more. So I got 4 back. Oh. Oh, I do not beat you. I only get 3.
Okay.
So a batleth here, heavy blade is 3, vicious 1. You
Are
also
just carrying it on your back?
Yeah.
Plus his security, probably.
plus the security.
So
Yeah.
3, 6. And it's vicious. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 points.
Yeah.
So even if I save my my
Bisected.
injuries, yeah, yeah.
Whack.
So this thing,
I rolled 2, 2, 2, 6, 6, 5.
so you see the shield do that really kind of like it puts the shield up, but the batleth is not it's not an energy weapon, so it just kind of slices right through the shield and it hits the Borg. And if Borg could be surprised, you'd get.
What?
But instead, it has that creepy eye thing that kind of twitches and then stops, and the thing just clumps to the ground. You see your hatch right there.
I'm still going.
I ordered move out when I see it down. So
Okay.
everybody runs for the door.
Everyone starts running. You hear a yell from behind. You take a quick glance. You see one down.
Like dead or?
Down. Like
just
you see one
down?
down and injection.
I keep going, and I double back for him, taking the knife out of my
There
throat
are
as I
3
run.
Borg surrounding him.
Do I see this?
I grab her by the shoulder and I go.
No, you're at the front. You're not
I'm at the
here.
front now. Fair enough.
I stop. I will yell.
Turn.
Yesikov, he's down. Move out.
We can't leave.
That's an
people
order.
behind. And I'll like slowly kind of run backwards. And,
Yazikov, your values have been challenged.
Yeah.
You get one of those because your value's challenged.
And I strike it from the record?
Not yet.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to listen.
You can disobey a direct
Disobey.
order. Made it hard.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, you're enough of a tactician to realize
Yeah.
if you disobey this order, there's a very good chance you will not come back.
Yeah.
But you could save your man.
I will not come back. Like I'll die.
There's a very good chance you and he will both be left here.
Oh, I see.
And so, yes, probably be assimilated.
Okay. Yazikov retreats.
Okay? All right. So as Yazikov dives in, the last officer standing there guarding you says, "It's okay, sir. It's okay." And just as he finishes saying that, you see an injection tube hit him, and the hatch closes.
Jesus.
Is that the guy on the ground?
I just...
Or one on the ship?
It's guy on the
Yazikov...
ground.
Oh, he got hit with another injection tube.
The guy that was being left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yazikov yells, "It's never okay to leave somebody," and punches the hull.
Nice.
And then goes and sits down.
Okay, you guys rip back to the ship. The cube is not doing anything. I'm not going to make you roll for repairing the injector because we're almost out of time, and I want to give you the end scene for this. As you guys start limping away, you detect a warp signature, and you're trying to get things repaired as fast as you can. And as you detect the warp signature, a Romulan warbird drops out of warp, and as it does, you get a quick sensor reading on it, and you get a quick sensor reading on it, and it looks heavily modified. It grabs a tractor beam, goes into a transwarp.
It grabs the Borg.
That's 4 hours past yet?
Has my bomb gone off?
We won't know.
Yeah.
We're never going to know.
Now,
The entire sector of space all of a sudden is uninhabitable.
as you guys kind of like take a deep breath, you hear Higgins, "Holy shit," on the bridge as it goes back. And a couple Starfleet tugs show up.
Cool.
Captain, you all right?
Zanny here. We've been in better shape.
Let's get you back to Narendra Station.
as quickly as possible, if you please. We've had some casualties. I'll give a full report to Admiral Shrev on our return.
Aye, sir. You guys feel a lurch as the tractor beams get you, and you notice the cool beams of light go by as your ships enter warp. And that's where the credits roll.
Yay!
Thanks for watching, everyone. We had a lot of fun. We went a little bit over tonight, but that's okay.
You didn't die.
Highest body count yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Death Ship 2.
I have
Death Ship
so
2.
many letters to write.
So, as part of my kind of like giveaway birthday month, I'm giving away a free set of rainbow dice from Tabletop Loot. If you can tell me via an email, what should the question be? Something about tonight's game.
Ooh,
How many people died?
like just doesn't need to be a solid answer, or like something they could write out, like
Something I could write out.
Who on the bridge crew died?
Who on the bridge crew died?
Yeah.
We didn't really establish that, though.
No, because we're still missing our science officer.
Yeah.
Walsh. Well, he seemed like he was dead,
Seemed like he was dead.
right? But no, I think it should be something about the board cube.
Okay. Give me
Like
something.
what was actually
Powering it?
power? Yeah, like something about.
Just like what
How about-
alien race's technology was on
Okay,
board.
what alien race's
Yeah.
technology was on the board cube? So if you can answer that, send me an email to the GM Tim, or join us on our Discord, the GM Tim, and come play Star Trek Online with us at Cups, the Fleet Cups, and yeah, I hope you all had fun. We did. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.